Hello my friends, Audrey here. In today's video, I'm going to share some of my Hoya caring tips with you guys. Hopefully those tips can help you along with your Hoya journey. First, don't overpot your plant. I set back so many of my plants by potting them into a bigger pot. It caused root rot. I lost several cuttings and baby plants because of that. When you overpot your plants, the medium inside the pot stays wet for so long that it actually causes root rot for your plants. Hoya as a type of air plant actually don't like to sit in the watery medium for so long. My second tip is sunlight. I definitely have my fair share with sunlight with all my Hoyas since I changed their location and mounted them onto my glass window, and I even torched some of my Hoyas. But through my experience, I learned that not all Hoya love indirect sunlight. Some Hoya actually thrive in some strong sunlight for a long period of time. So if you have a location that you host all your Hoyas there and you're happy with it, then stick with it. But if you have one or two Hoya that would not grow and you know they're healthy and there's nothing wrong with it, maybe change their sunlight exposure, move them closer to the window and let them expose a little bit of direct sunlight for a short period of time, gradually increase their sunlight exposure. You'll be surprised that they actually started to grow faster and has new branches everywhere, and they look healthier and they're just happier than it was. The third tip is don't overwater your Hoya. I definitely have a bad habit of overwatering my Hoyas. I pick one day of the week and water all my plants. I did not check them before. I just water them during that day and be done with it. Because of that, I actually killed several of my Hoya cuttings or new Hoyas because of overwatering them. Not like the other Hoya, like the older, healthier, bigger Hoya. The younger Hoya don't have that strong root system or really big root system. They could not absorb water in the medium for so long. So when you water them, they actually sit in the soggy medium for too long. It actually kills them. So now when I water my Hoya, I will lift up the pot to feel the weight of the pot. It feels airy, light. I'll water them. But if I feel a little bit heavier on the Hoya pot, I will put my finger into the soil to check the soil moisture level. If I feel there's a moisture inside the soil, I will not water them that way. But if I feel the soil is pretty dry inside, then I will water them. So always check your soil before you water your plants so you don't overwater them and actually kill them. The first tip is trim your plants from time to time. I don't mean just cut off the branches. Unless if you have a big unruly Hoya that is growing so much, you want to trim them out to organize them a little bit, or if you want to do some Hoya cutting, just root some cuttings, then yes, you can cut them off. What I mean is trim your Hoya, like the dead branches or the damaged branches. When you trim those things off, the Hoya, instead of putting nutrition, all the energy on try to revive the damaged branch or try to keep the damaged branch alive, Hoya on the other hand will put the energies and nutrition on growing new branches and new Hoya. So trim your plants from time to time, check on them, cut off all the damaged or dead branches. Of course, if it's a damaged branch, you can cut out the damaged parts and actually start to root your Hoya cuttings. Check your Hoya and trim the branches from time to time. You're actually helping promote a healthier plant overall. The fifth tips, know when it's time to move on. Just like my Hoya Sunrise, you all know my experience with my Hoya Sunrise. My old Hoya Sunrise wouldn't grow, so I bought a replacement. This replacement Hoya Sunrise is so beautifully growing now and it flourished, and there's no headache with that plant whatsoever. So yeah, this is definitely a good decision when one plant is struggling so much. Maybe it's not you, maybe it's that weak plant. There's something wrong with this plant, so it's time to buy a replacement. On the other hand, if you saw my Hoya tour video, you probably realized, maybe you did not realize it, that I do not have my Hoya handle roped in that video. Sadly, my second hand ropes died on me again. I even cut out some cutting, try to root them, try to put them into my propagation box to try to save it, and I couldn't save this plant. So this is my second hand rope. The first one sadly died on me too. So I think maybe this hand rope plant is not my plant. Maybe my environment, maybe my way of growing Hoya does not work well with Hoya hand ropes. So I will not get another hand rope anymore. I'll move on to another type of Hoya plants. So when the plants no longer makes you happy, maybe it is time for you to move on to another plant. Know when it's time to move on. Those are my Hoya current tips that I collected through my experience with my Hoyas. I hope those can help you a little bit on your Hoya journey. As always, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Happy growing!